At Pakistan 24 for 1. To anything like a full house here. Nicely taken by Russell. Won't be out though. Hit the pad. Roar from the relatively sparse crowd, but nothing from the bowler Lewis.
Umpire Shepherd got nothing to do with that one. I think that's come off his thigh pad, and I think very good decision there. Well, more thigh pad than most, but it wasn't a bad appeal. But
that's magnificent work from Jack Russell. There was some conjecture before this game that Russell may not be selected for England, that Stewart may be picked to keep wicket. But thankfully England have stuck with their best wicket keeper, and indeed the batsman who comes in at 7 and does a thoroughly good job.
Leg stump.
that'll be 4 more.
That is a cardinal sin from a bowler on this pitch. You must not bowl with any width.
No, on a pitch that is giving you a little bit of help, you've got to bowl straight. No seam movement there for Lewis. It was short and just a little bit wide. And Ijaz has climbed into that and crashed it away through backward point for 4. Batsmen need no second invitation when a delivery is bowled to them like that on this type of pitch.
Well, that's gone for 4. Lewis might consider himself unlucky, but once again his line is completely awry. It's too short and too wide.
Well, Ijaz has flung the kitchen sink at that. He's looked to sort of flat bat it straight back over the umpire's head and got a rather fortunate 4 down to third man. It's flown over the slips, but he's never in control of that stroke. Good run rate by Pakistan, 60 for 1, playing at 3.39 runs per over.
There'll be 4 more. This is disappointing bowling from Chris Lewis from the England viewpoint. Ijaz is quite enjoying himself.
It's giving Ijaz the opportunity of going for his shots, and Lewis has got to tighten up his line. That's gone between the 2 gullies. Not a chance. It's bounced just in front of them.
Now he's found that in-swing movement. And that one's missing leg stump, says umpire Shepherd, mouthing the words going down. This is very good stuff from England's left-arm quick bowler.
Well, he just wants one in between the 2 here. That's another good decision. We just get it a couple of inches over, then it'll be very, very adjacent.
Darren Gough in the Headingley crowd here watching the game was touted as likely to be brought back into the England side for this match, but the selectors defied the pundits and resisted Gough playing on his home ground here at Headingley. Instead, Ijaz eases Mullally down the ground, and there's no hope for Michael Atherton, who chases. It's his 9th 4, and he is playing an innings that is turning the game Pakistan's way.
Oh, a little bit of swing there, but Ijaz picking the swing. And the good thing about this is he doesn't try and hit it too hard. He times it. And once it gets away down the slope here at Headingley, no one's going to stop it.
It's beautifully bowled too. Ijaz has ridden his luck, and England haven't had much of it for themselves. Having said that, that's 50 for Ijaz, and he deserves it, if for no other reason than the way he's played so positively. Terrific performance in counter-attack from Pakistan's number 3 batsman. That's his 12th performance of 50 or more in 29 Test matches.
He doesn't know much about this one. It's a bit of a, oh dear, it's swinging in. Prods it and gets a little bit of a thick inside edge, but nevertheless it brings up his 50. And the way he's played, That really is a very important 50 for Pakistan.
And he must have picked up a wicket, and has done too. No way that Steve Buckner could say no to that. Very well deserved and right on the stroke of lunch. The second wicket goes. Shadab Kabir rewards Andrew Caddick, who appeals and appears to be in front of all three.
He's been well beaten. Caddick. Two things the umpires to think about with decisions like this. Does it pitch in line, and would it be going over the top? And I think that the height was fine. Shadab Kabir is at 35. Pakistan are 98 for 2.
The hero of the Lord's Test match. 148 in the first innings, 70 in the second innings. Brilliant average, averaging 48.19 over his 32 Test matches. No ball brings up the Pakistan 100 off just 180 deliveries. Caught in the gully. Inzamam flat-footed. Mullally has got the ball across him, and the England captain takes his second catch of the innings. And Pakistan lose their third wicket.
Yes, there's no feet there. He's got his feet stuck and he's played away from his body. That's left him a little bit, and Atherton has picked up a fairly easy catch. But again, you know, Inzamam is not one who uses his feet a lot. He often plays some magnificent shots, and you know, without using his feet. But on this wicket, he's paid the penalty, and Inzamam leaves 103 for 3.
Salim Malik is Pakistan's number 5. Very experienced player, nearly 5,000 runs in Test cricket, averaging very nearly 45. Good keeping by Russell. The leg by Malik isn't off the mark. It's really good stuff from Jack Russell. A little bit of hesitancy here between the batsmen. Salim Malik run out at Lord's. With a misunderstanding between Inzamam and himself. And that's top-edged. It's a no ball, though. It's a great catch. It's been thrown away. Dominic Hawke caught the ball. Has thrown it up. But Steve Buckner had called no ball way before Dominic Cork had caught that. It was a great effort by Cork. Ijaz going for his shots again. Russell backpedaling pretty quickly, and Cork diving in. He knows he's caught it, but didn't hear the call of no ball.
I think Cork has hurt his fingers in there, but it's unlucky not hearing the no ball.
Misfield from Mullally, you're going to have to get after that. So misfortune for Caddick, 4 off the over, 117 for 3.
Ijaz has got that fine, and it'll beat Cork into the boundary boards for 4. 5 off Caddick's over, it's 123 for 3. Delivery well kept out by Malik. He's going to pick up a couple of runs. 3 to Malik. 67 and Ijaz on 75. It's Ijaz who's on strike. Paddock the bowler. It's gone off the top edge again. And this time it's gone all the way for 6. Paddock can't believe it. Ijaz living dangerously, but he's reaping the rewards.
Well, wasn't really short enough to pull, and he just decided he's going for anything that he feels a little short, and he's going to play the shot. But he hasn't played it very convincingly, and must be feeling a little bit for Andrew Caddick. He's wondering what he's got to do.
Now has his best score against England.
Come on. Do this, boys. Come on.
Angled away again. England still don't have a third man. Pulled away. England paying for every time they pitch the ball short.
And very quickly into position there, and gets into position, rocks back, and hits it in front of square. Tremendous effort.
Those two Sunday League appearances by Cork were both fruitless in terms of wickets, so he's yet to take a wicket on this ground in any sort of cricket. That's amazing, really. Despairing dive by Crawley. 150's up for Pakistan, and they're making this after lunch session their own.
Well, England have let themselves down is they're dragging too many balls down, and he just might have had a few problems with the high bouncer, but the one at that height he's putting away pretty confidently.
Dormant wickets in place, and he's to no avail either, because Malik has just picked his spot and punched him nicely for a couple. He might have had 3, but he's no spring chicken between the wickets these days, Salim Malik. Alex Stewart, the man after that stroke. Ijaz is unbeaten at present with 99. Only one other batsman's done that here, Salim Malik. Salim Malik made 99 in the Test match here in 1987, made 2 very good 80s in the Test match here in 1992, 4 years ago, that actually failed to save his side the match. 166 for 3 from 47 overs, so a good rate of scoring. Always is at Headingley when batsmen get in. A very quick outfield and a huge slope from the Kirkstall lane end of the ground down to the football lane end. That means that anything going to the football lane end races away to the boundary. Adjustments in the field now with Ijaz on 99. There's a fielder coming into the gap between gully and second slip. Cover in nice and tight to stop the single. And Chris Lewis is the man who's going to try to deny Ijaz becoming the first Pakistan player to make 100 at Leeds, but he can't do it. A really excellent performance from Ijaz Ahmed. He's had a wonderful run in Test cricket of late, and his counter-attacking here has worked wonders for Pakistan. Third century in the last 4 Test matches for Ijaz. Brave performance. Very difficult first thing against the England seamers, but he took them on and has been rewarded.
This is a great 100. I'm sure you'll be pleased with it. Conditions were very difficult this morning, and he's got over those, and he'll be very happy with this 100.
It's as good a performance from Ijaz as anything all day. A very special cover drive, eased into the gap, and hit with great placement.
This is very, very well timed. Got his foot forward, leant into it, and that's raced away. Just over-pitched a little bit by Caddick, and he's got his foot forward, and that shows you a man getting into neck.
Catching that, Hussein just threw his arms to his left, almost in mock of it. 17th fall from Ijaz, and a very powerful strike indeed.
Yeah, both Knight and Hussein didn't move at all, and that's been powered away backward of point, and Caddy won't be happy with that delivery because he's given himself a little bit of width outside off stump, and you don't bowl to Ijaz there.
Off Caddick's first over from the football stand end. Pakistan 181 for 3.
And that is positively thrashed away by Ijaz. 4 more.
I was saying just now, he's playing his shots. It's wide. It's not a half volley, but he's almost fallen off balance launching into that. Very, very powerfully. 4 more runs.
Straighter, but Ijaz has got his bottom hand into that, punched it through the onside. It might not go for 4. Just going to stop inside the boundary. Batsmen have only run 2. I think Ijaz thought that he'd given that enough to get it over the boundary. Just ambled a couple. Straight down the ground from Ijaz. He's running harder this time. And he needn't have bothered because it's gone over the rope for 4.
This one is going to get to the boundary. He just takes off into the confusion of the last ball. He thought he'd hit to the boundary, and there's no messing around here. He's running it hard, but that one comfortably over the ropes.
Just 9 off that over. 199 for 3, Pakistan. None for 18 in 31 matches. Got 2 for 15 in the Texaco Trophy at Old Trafford against India. And that's a very gentle single that brings up the Pakistan 200.
One for Caddick. Caddick starts his 19th over. Once again, dropped short. Ijaz loves that. It's his 20th for today. And he's also hit 1-6.
Yeah, he's dropped this short, and he's very quick to get up on the back foot and smashes that one through mid-wicket.
That's a classical stroke through mid-on for 4 runs from Salim Malik. Only 3 boundaries for Malik. But they don't come much better than that. It's a difficult stroke to play, the on drive.
There we are, great foot movement and not a lot of power into it, but it's all timing that, and the longer he stays at the crease, the better he's going to get, and that looked like the Malik of old time. Superb shot.
$218 for 3.
Smashed away by Ijaz. It's a terrific stroke. Wasn't painfully short, and it's got all the way. Second 6 of this innings for Ijaz, and a really good strike. It takes him to his highest score in Test match cricket, beating the 137 he made against Australia last winter in Sydney.
Well, it's not that short, but when you're 130 odd not out, the ball tends to look that much larger. You have that much more time to get into position, and he's just got into position there and hit that away with enormous power. That's his highest Test score now, 141 not out.
Ijaz unbeaten with 141. Salim Malik unbeaten with 41. Big difference in the ball's face there. Ijaz has been very quick. His first 50 was quick in itself. And England have shouted. Steve Buckner's just wandering off, not even prepared to have a look.
Well, this is a missing leg stump by probably 6 inches. The desperation creeping in now for the England bowlers. Steve Buckner, quite rightly, not in the slightest bit interested.
That's out. Waving at it, and Ijaz finally goes. Corks done the damage and slips over in excitement. It was the slower ball, and Ijaz was giving it all that he had. And as ever, Dominic Cork smiles because he's done the business for England.
The wide delivery, slower. Ijaz thought, this is Christmas time, gone for it, launched it, and got a little top edge through to Jack Russell, and whoops, there we go down. Bit of frost here. But that's the slower ball, and he just throws everything at it and just manages to edge it through to Jack Russell. He just out for 141.
He's the leading bowler this summer for England, 18 wickets at an average of 26, just over.
Salim Malik will have to settle for 2. He's on 49. That'll do it. His 38th 50 in tests. Does he love this ground, Salim Malik? Pakistan fans are out to celebrate.
Top innings from Salim Malik. It's his 4th consecutive 50 on this ground.
Just a fingernail from Nick Knight. It's not enough.
Story of the day, Bob, this. The edge just going wide of second slip. There have been 1 or 2 flashing strokes by the Pakistanis. And Nick Knight almost anticipated that. You could see him going to his right before the shot had been played. That is exceptional piece of fielding, or attempt at a piece of fielding.
most of the time. England strangely chose to take Jack Russell to the World Cup. I think the side would have been much better balanced. Deflected away by Moen. And that's going to race away over those practice pitches. And once again, Dominic Cork in problems down on the boundary. He was determined to miss that brick wall this time.
Well, again, Dominic Cork really giving chase for this, but again, he could have done his ankle. He just nearly went over, and that could have been one England bowler gone. But looks like he's just popped in the office for a cup of coffee. And
Now, the no-ball rule states that the bowler must have part of his front foot behind the popping crease, either raised or grounded. This is the popping crease, and it looks to me as though part of Alan Mullally's front foot is behind that line. It's a very marginal decision and a pretty harsh one. If you roll that on a little bit, you'll see that Mullally bowls off his toe, and that could be why Buckner called the no ball.
The 300 now for Pakistan. Mustapha just nudging away on the leg side, and nothing but frustration for England and elation for them. 300 for 6.
That's an amazing stroke. He's hit Cork straight back over his head for 6.
Well, I think this might have been the slower ball that Moeen Khan has picked, and it is. And he's picked it, and he's launched it. And he's hit that dead straight. Slower ball, and destroyed, put away for a comfortable 6.
Better from Mustapha, short from Lewis, as if England haven't learned yet that this pitch is difficult to drag something out of, though in that case Lewis looking legitimately for the bouncer and forcing an error. But Mustapha doesn't seem to be a man to make errors. Caddick, the man at third man, and well run from Moeen Khan. Pakistan just upping the tempo a little. It's been a morning without a vent from a batting point of view, though in the field England have put down a chance at long leg, and that's going to be 4 this time, and 50 for Moeen Khan. He's very pleased with that. Nobody on the ground's even aware that it's taken place. And eventually they respond to it. 5th score of 50 or more in Test match cricket for the Pakistan wicketkeeper.
well, straying down the leg side, and fine little tickle down the leg side, and there's no one down there with Caddick very fine.
And in the 1986-87 Perth Challenge out in Western Australia. Had a good tour in 1992 of England, made over 1,000 runs and averaged over 56. Picking up 2 more, taking him through to 47 and bringing up the 100 partnership. Fine performance by these two. Came together last night when the second new ball had been taken. The ball was still seaming around. Had some good fortune, but have played really well, if a trifle slowly. cut away. As soon as it gets onto those net strips, it'll be away for 4, and that is Mustaba's 50. Well received by his teammates. This is 8 Test match 50, and it's taken 255 minutes.
And Carrick has just sprayed that one a little bit outside off stump, a little bit too short, and it's a good square cut by Mujtaba to bring up his 50.
And that's beaten Russell. And it's 4 byes. Perils of standing up to the stumps for Jack Russell.
Yeah, I don't think Jack will be too happy with that, and especially standing up. He's given Dominic Cork a little wry smile, sort of to apologise and say, sorry about that, mate, I'll go back. And I see he's now going back and standing back. He's not going to be standing up anymore. One thing is, Jack doesn't like byes to his name, and he's got 4 at the moment.
Edged and eventually caught by Graham Thorpe. England finally get the breakthrough on the second day.
Most wonderful catch by Graham Thorpe. He's blinded a bit by the wicketkeeper. You've got to remember that first. Although it's gone away to his left side, it's his weaker side, and there's a parry first. It's flashed quickly, one of the few really attacking flashes by Mujtaba, and Thorpe does very well on the juggle. All credit to him, and credit to Cork too, who's made the ball bounce around off stump, got quite big on the batsman, and England at last are rewarded for their patience, if lack of invention. Mujtaba gone for 51. It's 378 for 7.
The new batsman. He's come in at number 9 to replace Asif Mujtaba. And Mark, this was a mighty fine catch.
It was outstanding in every way. Firstly, for the reaction involved. Secondly, for the fact that he was blinded. And thirdly, for the fact that he had every right to be half asleep anyway after the last hour's cricket.
A style welcome for Mushtaq. Some playful eye-to-eye contact between batsman and bowler. Mushtaq ducking underneath his first ball.
Good. Immediately wicket falls, everybody's on their toes a bit. Caught with an exaggerated follow-through and a little bit of a look. There we are, thank you. And Mushtaq with the playful pull shot.
And Cork right through Mushtaq there. 378 for 7.
That's a beauty from Cork. Follows the wicket up with the bouncer and then the outswinger, and Mushtaq would do well to not respond to Cork at this stage until he's been in a bit, because Cork's nicely buoyed up.
Hussain, he's done a good job in the field.
Yes, he really has. He occupies that spot on square or behind square on the offside for Essex, does it for England as well. It's a difficult place to field because the ball is not just coming off with the pace of the stroke, but also the pace of the ball as the deflection is taken into account, and it needs the very best and sharpest reactions to do well in that position, which is why the best fielders around field there. Hussain's one of them.
Having much luck. West Indies on that occasion made 593 for 5 declared. Brian Lara 375. Paddock to Moen. Mullally's coming back for 2. That's sloppy work by Mullally.
Alan Mullally's had his first indifferent day, really, at international level. He's impressed and surprised in many ways. In the test matches, we've seen some quick bowler.
It's over Mullally at mid-on. That'll be 4 more to Moen. Moen's on to 77.
Excellent response too from Moen Khan. Cork has tried him with the bouncer and then the Yorker, the ball previously that swung back at him, and Moen Khan has kept his cool and just thumped him back over his head. Moen Khan, of course, playing for his place here. He's recently been left out of the Pakistan side in favour of Rashid Latif. Latif's back injury has given Moen Khan his chance. He has 2 Test hundreds previous to this one, and he's taking it.
That's an amazing stroke. He'll go for 4 all the same. 397 for 7.
It's a superb stroke from Moen Khan. Ends up being a controlled sort of tennis bat smash shot. What he did was he watched the ball closely. That was clever. And stayed in the stroke, didn't pull out of it and slash away wildly with an open face. Just swatted it for 4.
And Terrace at Headingley. That's gone high in the air, up and over the top. Hussein's after it. Moen's quick enough to get back for a second. The 400 up for Pakistan. Big psychological boost for them.
Moen's been very positive to anything pitched up, but he's tended to look to hit straight. On that occasion, it was more of a slice. And that's why he didn't get full face of bat onto the ball. Ball shot away over Hussein and Crawley. Cork can just get a bit of movement away from the bat. Absolutely, definitely, that's put him down. Disappointment for Dominic Cork. No question that things haven't gone England's way in this innings. It's a sharp chance, but it's one that Cork might well have accepted.
One wonders why he just went at it with the one hand. It went pretty quickly and just didn't stick.
Mushtaq has played the ideal foil for Moen. He's been in nearly an hour. He's 8. David Shepherd just saying to Mushtaq, Ahmed, please get off the wicket when you're running. And he's gone through for it. Could be close if it hits. It's a desperate dive. But Moen Khan gets his 100 in spectacular fashion. That's his 3rd Test match century. First Pakistan wicketkeeper to score 100 in Test matches in England. 181 balls he's been at the crease. 4.5 hours, just over, he's been at the crease. And he's absolutely delighted.
And he wasn't going to hang around till after tea. Drops it and they set off. And Nasser Hussain picks it up well, lets it go. And I think he probably would have just about made it anyway. But it's... Drop it and I'm off. Mushtaq knows what's happening and Moen Khan gets the dive in. And he's a pretty happy chap.
Tidying himself up, he's made his way into the pavilion. Side Pakistan on 423 for 7.
And Moen's gone this time, a thick outside edge. Russell diving to his right, takes the catch. So ends a quite brilliant innings by Moen Khan, an important one for Pakistan as they amass this huge first innings total. Moen departs, Pakistan 434 for 8 now.
Short, wide, he's been putting those away all day. And quite a thick edge there, big deflection to Jack Russell. And Moen Khan's innings comes to an end for 105 runs. Pakistan now 434 for 8.
That's a pretty useful strike. An impressive way to get off the mark.
Whacker, it's pitched up. Lucky Eunice, there's, I'll show you, puts that away. No fast bowlers union here.
It's a very, very good catch. Lucky Eunice smiles to himself, but he has to go. Dominic Cork's held on to that one. Pakistan now 444 for 9.
Lucky Eunice looking to smash this. Doesn't get hold of it. And it's a nice height, that, for Dominic Cork. And he takes his 5th wicket. Goes for the big hit. Doesn't get hold of it. And Dominic Cork takes it. Lucky Eunice gone for 7. That's now 444 for 9.
Up and over the top. That'll beat Mullally into the fence easily. That's 4 runs. England don't need this. It was a pretty poor loosener from Caddick.
It's a loosener, a bit of width, short and wide. And it's hit high, wide and handsome over backward square point. And that really has been the problem. Most of the runs that have been scored off England have been with width.
To mid-on and caught. Michael Atherton takes the final catch, and Pakistan all out for 448. Caddick picking up the last wicket.
Mike Atherton taking a very comfortable catch, and he's not hanging around. Andy Caddick pitching it up, Mushtaq trying to hit him over the top, but it's not quite there. And a really quite a simple catch there for Mike Atherton. Mushtaq Ahmed out for 20 and brings the end for Pakistan innings on 448.
448 then, the Pakistan total. They started this second day's play on 281 for 6 with Asif Mushtaba and Moen Khan together. B for 113. Lewis wicketless for 100 runs. And the best England bowling figures returned by Dominic Cork, 5 for 113.
Attacking field, 3 slips, a gully, a short leg, not overly attacking, and here's the first ball. Got that off his legs well. It was a no ball, and Atherton will come back for 2. edged away, and that'll go for 4. No point chasing that. First boundary of the innings down to third man. Flashing stroke from Atherton. There's a bit of a Caribbean air in that as he slashes it away through cover for 4.
This is a typical West Indian shot. He's no feet, he's just rocked onto that back foot, and he's timed that perfectly well, and anyone would think that's a West Indian out there. Absolute great shot.
That's out. Inside edge, through to Moeen, and Akram has got the England captain. Beating for pace, really. It's just nipped back and taken the inside edge and was snapped up by Moeen Khan behind the stumps.
Yeah, this is a great delivery. It just nips back and finds the inside edge, and Atherton has waited for umpire Shepherd's verdict, but it was quite a quick delivery, that, and that beat Atherton for pace. It was a good catch by Moeen Khan. Atherton 12, and the score's 14 for 1.
Nasser Hussain is England's number 3. He's in the third over of the innings and is having a really good summer in Test cricket. 200s in his career. Both of those this summer have boosted his average in Test cricket up to 40. Best of 128 in the Edgbaston Test match against India on a less than batsman-friendly pitch. Faces his first ball. And that is a fine delivery from Akram. There's an edge on that, and Hussain is away first ball with a streaky 4. Rahman to Hussain. Good shot from Nasser Hussain. He's timed that well. Might not get up the hill for 4. In fact, he's pulling up pretty quickly. And Stewart and Hussain get through for 3. Scored 100 in the B&H and 2 in the Sunday League, though. Pull that away and middled it as well for 4. 47 for 1. That's England's half-century. Come up very, very quickly indeed, off just 66 balls. And in just 46 minutes.
Yeah, the apartment.
It's gone all over the park again. This time it's through square leg.
Yeah, he strays on leg stump, just short of a length, and Stewart picks it up very well through mid-wicket and times that. He's a very good timer of the ball, and that races away for 4.
Just the sort of bowling Alex Stewart likes to face, the ball coming onto the bat, no great seam or swing movement. And Wasim Akram forced to change the field. Alex Stewart made 118 and 143 in that famous Barbados Test match, Kensington Oval. That'll bisect the 2 men out on the leg side. 4 more.
Wacker bangs us in short, and Alex Stewart bisects the 2 fielders down on the fine leg fence and times it again perfectly. He watches the ball onto the bat, and it races away for 4. One thing about Alex Stewart's play, he does watch the ball onto the bat, and You know, some of the players don't watch the ball onto the bat as closely as Alec does, and he watches the ball so well.
Short run from Waqar. Salim Malik will cut this one off. Runs off this over already.
He's looking very dejected there, Bob. I think it may have sort of hinted to his captain Wasim, Skip. I think this is my last over. I'm taking a break.
Frustration beginning to show. England are 94 for 1. Now, Mushtaq Ahmed had an enormous amount of success bowling round the wicket at Lords in the last Test match, using the bowler's footmarks to help him. Picked up those 2 vital wickets at the start of England's collapse. He dismissed both Atherton and Stewart. He's now decided this is the mode of the attack for this particular moment. That'll beat Rahman, and that's a pretty convincing way to bring up 50 runs for Alex Stewart. It's been a fine innings, just 57 deliveries it's taken, with 8 boundary fours.
There we go. Mushtaq fires this one out in the rough, and it's a great shot that he's timed it well. He's picked it up, and a thoroughly well-deserved 50.
Nasser Hussain's annoyed with himself there. Had just a little tickle at that.
Yeah, he's definitely played at that, and again, that open face. He's opened that face up again, and it's something that he's got to try get out of it, that angled bat towards the slip area.
That was certainly Hussain's problem when he first played international cricket. It's all right for one-day matches, but you can't play Test match cricket with your bat at that angle. Hussain survives, so too Stewart. England finished the second day on 104 for 1. Alex Stewart on 52 and Nasser Hussain on 37.
Bit of width there from Waqar. And this is the problem area England found when they bowled. If you give it width, this wicket to good players, lack of pace, and it gets put away. And Nasser Hussain has smashed that just in front of square on the offside.
Well, Hussain's got to go. It's a brilliant piece of bowling. He's completely hoodwinked Hussain, who's gently lobbed back a return catch.
Well, Waqar Younis, a slower ball from around the wickets, the off spinner, and he is totally deceived Nasser Hussain. No good looking at the wicket. That is an off spinner. He's gone for the quick, and look how early he's there. That really is a tremendous piece of quick bowling. Variation of speed deceives Nasser Hussain. Now gone for 48, and England 121 for 2.
34 overs for that 127. That's a wonderful scoring rate. Nearly 4 and over when a rear guard's in action, and there's another slower ball.
That really is a good slower ball from Akram. It's bowled with almost as fast an arm action, certainly in the first 3 quarters of the arms action, and then it just slows up there, and the ball sort of balloons out of Akram's hand and almost defeated Alex Stewart. That is a class slower ball.
The other strength, of course, in good use of the slower ball is to use it when it's least expected. First ball of an over, and there's plenty of extras here. That's an extraordinary bit of cricket from Pakistan. They really do cover all ends of the cricketing spectrum, these blokes. Stewart ends up picking 3 runs from that throw that's gone over Moin Khan's head. Nobody was backing up then. No one was backing up the return that eventually came in. And there's some chaos out there.
It's just a routine pick up and throw. There's only 1 run ever for the England batsman until that evaded Moin. Nobody backing up. Quite unbelievable. And there was still nobody backing up when this throw came back in from Rahman.
Good stroke. Brooks just pulled himself away to give enough room for the arms to get through the ball. And anything short on this pitch, as we've seen all the game, tends to go for 4. England 139 for 2.
Stewart looking for 2. Wacker's got other ideas. 159 for 2. Well, the complaints eventually bear fruit. Here comes the 3rd umpire, Ray Julian. Alex Stewart isn't quite so sure. Rahman has a little spat with Stewart about whether he should have anything to do with the cricket ball or not.
That's a great shot, as I said. He's picked that up and he hasn't hit it too hard, and it's perfect timing. And Mushtaq is just straight off line and a little bit too short, and he's hit this perfectly well again. It's a great shot. And one thing that makes Alex such a good player is the timing that he's got, and
Stewart hasn't picked the googly. England 163 for 2.
Real test of judgment for Thorpe here. Anytime a bowler lands into the rough stuff, as he is on this occasion, got to weigh up whether or not to play a stroke at the ball. He's tending not to. And I'm almost surprised we're not getting more appealing from Mushtaq. It's out this time, though. Very well bowled indeed. Mushtaq has worked away at Thorpe. And as ever, this little wizard of a leg spinner poses all sorts of problems.
Well, pitches out in that rough area, and Graham Thorpe quite sure what to do with it in the end. Just playing it onto his pad. Quite a simple catch. Short square leg, but it's the bounce, I think, that deceives him a little bit. It's onto him a little quicker. He ends up really playing a nothing shot, and I don't think Graham Thorpe is very happy with that. Graham Thorpe departs for 16. England now 168 for 3.
Yeah, that's gone down the hill. Alex Stewart is scampering like mad, and he's coming back for his 100. That's his 8th in Test cricket, and he is absolutely delighted about that.
Same celebrations at Barbados. It's a long wait for Alex Stewart. He hasn't scored 100 since 1994 against the New Zealanders at Lord's. Taken 29 innings. It's been worth the wait for Alex Stewart. It's been quite a commanding innings by the Surrey captain. 241 minutes from 168 balls.
A good shot from Crawley as well. He's timed that really well for 4.
Well, we've been saying all along how well Alex Stewart's been timing the ball. He's timed nothing better than Crawley did there. I think Ijaz's first reaction was that he was going to catch that ball up early. No chance.
Crawley playing that very, very late. Full toss from Akram. Crawley just getting his bat in the way of that and picking up a couple through the covers. As he's warming up down at fine leg. Slower ball, full toss, thumped away by Crawley. Brings up the England 200. Won't go for 4. Crawley picks up 3, and England move up to 202 for 3.
Crawley was deceived by Akram's first slow full toss. Not this time, though. Good contact on the ball.
We're a little late here. Play started this morning 1 hour late, so tea was taken 30 minutes late. The England wickets fell at 14, at 121 and 168, and the partnership now between Crawley and Stewart is worth 75. Steady rather than spectacular progress. Stewart's 100, an excellent 100, 168 balls, 241 minutes, and 13 fours. And he's been very well.
Very nicely timed. And Crawley really looking quite good touch. Side arm, I'm not quite sure he's trying to do here. Not the best piece of fielding I've seen.
That'll be 50 in fine style from John Crawley. He came here under the utmost pressure, filling the England number 5 berth. He's responded quite magnificently and taken England on to 257 for 3. Got the break. Crawley goes from 53, and at last Pakistan have broken this partnership.
There's a good bit of bowling here. Quite a lot of balls pitched up at short rather than swinging away, and this one very much swinging away. A nice, simple catch from Owen Khan.
John Crawley goes for 53, 257 for 4. The left-handed Nick Knight replaces John Crawley.
Still going to get 4 for it. It's a clever stroke from Nick Knight. I don't think he or anybody in the ground has a clue how he got it there. 268 for 4.
Well, as they'd say, chalk your cue. This is a real bottom edge, and how he got it there, he'd be quite surprised himself. But it's 4 runs.
Imperious stroke from Stewart, and almost as if in deference to it, the fielder decides to let it through his legs for 4. That's a glorious stroke from Nick Knight. He really is a good player on the front foot, and he's just stroked it through square cover. Fantastic timing. Really fantastic timing.
Here we have Mushtaq dropping this short again, and Stewart's quick to get on that back foot and effortlessly lifts it over mid-wicket for 4 runs.
Good stroke. Had to get on top of that because it got quite big on him. And he did exactly that. Smashed it away for 4.
Umpire Shepherd has signalled the no ball here, and very short, and it's got what it's dealt with, and Knight has smashed that away through the covers for 4.
That's a great stroke as well. Well done, Nick Knight. 8 from the over, 294 for 4.
And Wazzy Makram has brought himself on from the Kirkstall lane end for the first time in the innings, bowling to Alex Stewart. And that is timed absolutely marvellously. Behind square for 4 with a minimum of effort.
Well, Alex Stewart's always been strong on his legs, and that just drifting down the leg side. Alex Stewart saying thank you very much. When you're 130 odd not out, you'll be seeing that ball pretty well now.
Seen that pretty well. He's just smashed that away through mid-wicket from an off-stump line for his 20th boundary.
Well, this is the shot of a man in form. He's looked in form throughout this innings. He gets into position so quickly, and the timing is quite exquisite.
That as well as a man out at deep cover. Ijaz Ahmed just gets round to cut that off. 5 from the over, 305 for 4. Partnership for the 5th wicket worth 48 runs now. England 143 runs behind Pakistan. Nick Knight doesn't bother to play himself in against Mushtaq. He's his first ball away, the 4 backward of square on the offside, and that brings up the 50 partnership.
Well, this is a little short. We've got plenty of width, and Nick Knight knows he isn't going to get too many of those, so when they come, he's going to make the most of them. Dispatches it for 4.
More width, and it's going to be 4 more. Malik's given that up. Super shot, that's going to run away. It's going to get onto the net wickets, and it's going to go. I think it's going to go for 4. The umpires will be. The third umpire will be brought into play again here. Syed Anwar, the fielder.
Well, Nick Knight opens the face on this and places it quite well. And it's racing away. And Syed Anwar tries to slide in and stop it. He's got his hand on it, but I would say that his leg was probably very close to being on the rope as well.
That'll be 4 more to Alex Stewart. 150. This really has been a magnificent innings by Alex Stewart. He's been in total command today. A couple of times he's misread Mushtaq Ahmed's googly, but against the pace men, he's been perfection personified.
And there's another superb shot from him, and a well-deserved 150. Probably the best innings I've seen him play. I played with him when he scored 190 against Pakistan in 1992, and I thought that was a superb knock, but this one is even better. Wasim and Waka.
Well, Wasim Akram cannot believe that.
Here we are. It's a chance gone missing, and Wasim can't believe that. One of the easiest catches he'll get, and that has gone straight through his hands, and I think he'll be cursing himself.
Terrific fielding. Mushtaq Ahmed at mid-off. Waqar Younis straying in length again and direction. Half volley outside leg stump. 10 off the over, 343 for 4. Slower ball, easily spotted by Stewart and smacked straight back from where it came. That's a terrific stroke. $11 off Akram's over, 354 for 4. Raced away to the boundary. It'll be leg byes.
He's got some big swing on this one, and it's just to clip the back of Alex Stewart's legs. 1 for 4 byes. But again, Bob is starting to get a lot of in-swing at the moment.
Swung into Stewart. Those 4 extras have brought up that 100 partnership between Nick Knight and Alex Stewart. The last 50 of this partnership have come up in 50 balls. This time there's no mistake. Mushtaq Ahmed takes the catch, and that's the end for Alex Stewart. He's been out there over 7 hours. He's done a fantastic job for England. Superb stroke play against spinners and seamers alike. Alex Stewart back in the England side for some time to come.
That was a great knock by Alex Stewart, one of the best I've seen him play, and England can be very happy with that, and Alec will be very satisfied. 170.
365 for 5.
Yeah, look, Alex trying to hit this over the top and doesn't quite get hold of it, and it's a very good catch by Mushtaq, and I think Alec will be a little upset with himself because he's played so well, and one false shot and it's out.
He'll be 33 years of age next Thursday, Jack Russell.
Yours.
He was looking to hit this away through the leg side. It's googly that he may not have picked. But the big problem for him was the lack of bounce. It's turned across him. And he's ended up just jabbing at it.
2 more, that'll bring Nick Knight 50. My word, we've seen some excellent support batting to Stewart from England today. Hussain did well, Crawley exceptionally well, and Knight has done exceptionally well too. Consecutive Test 50s for the Warwickshire opening batsman, who's in at number 6 here for England, and thoroughly well he's done too.
And big confidence booster for him as well. Picked to play, but not in his accustomed position as opener. Have a go at number 6. He's come in and played a really confident knock and got 50 not out.
.373 for 5. The light has been offered to Knight and Russell, and they've accepted it. Not surprisingly, it's got very dark out there. It'll almost certainly be the end of the day's play. There's no real chance of those deep grey clouds clearing now. The breeze, in fact, is blowing all of them towards us. So I think we can safely say that it's a job outstandingly well done by this England batting unit. There's the card. Men out today. Nasser Hussain caught and bowled by Waqar Younis for 48. Graham Thorpe caught at short leg off Mushtaq for 16. Crawley played very nicely for 53 before he was caught at the wicket driving. Then finally Alex Stewart went after a marvellous and a conclusive return to form by him. Caught and bowled, driving over the top at Mushtaq. Knight's unbeaten with 51 from 71 balls. Good confident performance from him. And England took 130 runs off the last session of play, lost 2 wickets in 32 overs. There's Wasim Akram's effort, 27 overs, 1 for 72. I suppose on balance he troubled England the most. Waqar Younis just...
Dropped his bat, but got time to pick it up on the way through again. 3 more to the total. It's a nice looking shot. 9 fours to Nick Knight. He moves on now to 64. Quite straight, but Steve Button is not convinced.
Well, Nick Knight's a long way down the wicket here. Well worth a shout. Out on that front foot, extends it a bit more. But what the umpires to decide is whether Nick Knight was playing a shot to that.
Cut away brilliantly by Nick Knight. He's got the measure of Mushtaq at the moment. The 400 comes up for England.
This is one of Nick Knight's strengths. He gets back very quickly. They might well have hit the stumps, but he's seen the length and he gets back, gives himself room, and executes a shot very well.
Short leg is in now in response to that delivery. Bowled him, inside edge, and Akram's second delivery with the new ball removes Jack Russell.
Begs the question why Akram didn't take it earlier, really. Russell surprised by that, and I think surprised by the extra pace on it. If anything, he was late. Just have a look at the angle of Russell's bat, just a hint of an angle not directly down the pitch. If Russell had managed to get the full face of that, he might well have been able to defend it. It's Russell gone for 9 and England 402 for 6. New batsman is a jogging and a jump in Chris Lewis.
So Rahman, who's been a good sort of bustling threat to England all the way through, has got the new ball. It's 4 for Knight. Nicely deflected, way down the leg side, and no problem just to ease it away into that huge space between the wicket-keeper and the fielder.
Yeah, it's a left-hander's bread and butter shot, is this, pitching outside leg stump. He stayed in line with middle and leg, Nick Knight, and just flicked it down the leg side. Very fine. Very competently played, no fuss, no bother. Another 4, it's his 11th boundary.
It's a good shot from Knight. Really good shot, rode the bounce and had the intelligence just to swat it away at the top of its bounce and not try to get in a position of hitting it downwards.
He's just lashed it over square cover. There's no problem, really. The ball has stood up to be hit, banged in short. Knight is seeing it well. He's got plenty of time and helped himself to 4 very competently. A good, confident stroke.
Rahman picked up 4 for 50 at Lord's. It was a very good foil for the more devastating bowlers that accompany him in this Pakistan side. Oh, that's a good shot from Lewis. Put away with a very straight back through extra cover. That's not easy to do. Says something for the lack of pace in the pitch that Lewis so early in his innings was able to do it. Another no ball from Pakistan. There have been a few of those today. Welcome back to Leeds, where Rahman continues to Nick Knight, and Knight just plays him on the up through extra cover.
We've seen 2 shots from Nick Knight in the past 2 overs of the highest quality. One off the back foot, and this, which was not a half volley by any means. A little bit of width on it, good length ball, and Knight has hit it absolutely perfectly through the offside with the utmost control. And that really is a quality stroke.
And now the flat-batted pull stroke was nicely in control of that because it didn't get to him as quick as he was expecting it to. And actually, if he'd had his time again, he might have thought twice about the stroke. It was a little wide of off stump. But he stayed with it, which was the great thing.
Yeah, he's had to wait for that. He's seen it go in short and is quickly into position on the back foot. Probably thinking, hey, well, am I going to leave this? And then in a split second deciding that it's wide enough for him to play the pull shot to. And it picks him up a couple of runs.
Oh, that's a wonderful strike. That is a wonderful strike. That's as good as anything. It wasn't an especially good ball and got the treatment it deserves, but look at the style of the treatment.
This is quality cricket from Knight. 3 classic shots in 3 balls. There's a man out there on the cover boundary. He's hardly had time to move as Knight has absolutely smashed this in front of square. Surprised the ball's out of shape. If you bowl halfway down and get it panned to the boundary, it's going to go square.
Change in the commentary box now. Alan Lamb will be with Bob Willis.
Thanks a lot, Mark. Immediate success for Pakistan with the new ball, but after that second ball, everything's gone England's way. Nick Knight really steaming on. He's into the 90s. Chris Lewis has 4.26 for 6. England only 22 runs behind. Wasim Akram. Lewis got into a bit of difficulty with that stroke. Could do with a substantial innings here, Chris Lewis. He's really flattered to deceive as an all-rounder. His bowling's been better this season. That was until this match. But he has got a test match century.
Seems to get himself really tied up there if it's fired into his ribs. And he's hit a couple of balls up in the air there, and I'm amazed that Wasim Akram hasn't stuck a catcher there.
Chris Lewis is making an important contribution to Surrey's charge for the county championship this season. It's a modest test record, under 25. He averages over 32 this season in all first-class cricket. 389 runs and 33 wickets at 34.
Been very impressed with the way Nick Knight's played, and he's looked very solid, and he's played some great shots, and I think he'll be very happy with his performance, and I'm sure he'll be eyeing up that ton.
Yes, England's batsmen, apart from Graham Hicks, certainly cashing in on these flat pitches this season. The skill would appear to be to avoid the Edgbaston Test match as a batsman and then fill your boots in the other games. That's a better looking shot from Lewis. Fortunately for him, he's chosen the longest boundary on this Headingley ground. Shadab Kabir doing the fielding. Getting a bit of extra protection on those shins. He's fielding in at silly point for the left-handed Nick Knight.
Yes, Bob, in those days we didn't have them in 82 when poor Sunil Gavaskar had his ankle and shin damaged by Ian's force of a heavy drive.
Shot away to the boundary. Have to wait for umpire Buckner's signal. All leg byes is the result.
Oh, they've given leg byes, and that has turned viciously and beaten the keeper and first slip and gone for 4 byes, but the umpire signal leg byes.
It's beaten Lewis again, 437 for 6. Just the one success for Pakistan today. Jack Russell bowled by Wasim Akram for 9. It's Akram to continue from the football ground end. Knights on 93.
Yeah, Nick Knight will have a great achievement here, Bob, you know, being an opener and then all of a sudden have to drop down to number 6, and if he gets 100, yeah, you know, it'd be quite an achievement for someone who's normally an opening batter and then has to drop down to number 6.
Loose delivery from Mushtaq. Knight advances by 1 more to 95. Yeah, just going back to Robin Smith for a moment, Alan. 62 tests Robin Smith has played, and he averages very nearly 44 runs per innings. In my book, you should have to be averaging under 40 before you're left out of an England side. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
Totally agree, but I think the problem is that they've gone against him when the spinners say he's not a very good player against spinners. I'm one, I always believe that, you know, if you don't play against the spinners, you don't get better, and if you average 44, you can't be a bad player, and that's why I would have still include him in an England side.
Chris Lewis can't believe it, but the ball's got through and removed the bails. Chris Lewis, the man out. Bowled by Mushtaq. England now 441 for 7.
Yes, he hasn't been reading the googly, and this was a perfect googly. Mushtaq's bowled, and Lewis has gone forward and hit him on the back leg, and has just rolled backwards and just clipped off stump. Lewis was looking very uncomfortable against Mushtaq.
Lewis had very little idea, hitting the inside of the front pad, the back leg, and then rolling gently onto off stump. Chris Lewis goes for 9, 441 for 7. And Mark Nicholas.
Thank you very much, Bob. And come into the seat here with Dominic Cork arriving at the crease, because Chris Lewis, he's bowled by Mushtaq Ahmed around his legs and through his legs and underneath his legs, and the ball's clipping off stump, I think, Ian.
It's the back leg, front leg, back leg, and ends up on the off stump. It would have been very close to LBW, that. Looks it straight down the wicket. Chris Lewis obviously didn't pick it, and it would have been very, very close.
Here comes Akram. Nick Knight's on 96, so Cork will be very determined to hang on in there for Knight. Cork, who hasn't been in the best of form with his bat in international cricket, though has found some form recently in county cricket, had a strangely barren period at international level. He'll know that his initial job here, whatever positive intent he has, is to play for Nick Knight. Slashes at that one, and it's a 4 and 100 for Nick Knight. That is a brave and classy performance which reflects the sense of purpose in England's play here. Look at that smile. Well done, Nick Knight.
Good to see the chairman clapping Nick Knight. Alex Stewart would have enjoyed it as well.
12th first-class 100 for Nick Knight. 154 balls. That's a dynamic rate of scoring. 231 minutes at the crease and 15 boundaries, nearly all of which have been super strokes. The end of a big over for England. It's 445 for 7. 100 for Nick Knight, not yet off the mark, Dominic Cork, and the best figures for Mushtaq. He's been threatening all the time, plenty of turn for him without the pace or bounce that can make him deadly on other occasions. It's turned out to be a very good surface to bat on. Easy paced and with even bounce. So often at Headingley the bounce hasn't been even, but since it's been relayed for the Australian tour of '93, it really has favoured the batsman, Ian.
Yes, and I think it should just favour the batsman. Nicely played there by Nick Knight. Just really nothing more than the forward prod on the onside. That was a defensive shot. Picks up 2 runs.
Nothing more than, well, hope and almost jest. It's off the thigh pad.
If it's hit anything, it's certainly not hit the bat or the gloves.
Oh, well bowled. It's the best of Akram. Fast swerving Yorker, and Knight's inside edge avoiding the stumps. And now go level with Pakistan. Excellent performance that is too. Russell and Lewis have gone this afternoon. Russell to Akram, beaten in the pace of the ball, and Lewis to Mushtaq. 450 for England. Run rate of 3.16 per over. And that marathon effort is theirs. They'll be looking to bat on, get as many as they can, and then put the Pakistan batsmen under pressure with their own seam bowling. But the overriding impression is of a drawn game, though Dominic Cork's the most relieved man on the park because he's off the mark. Again, runs away very quickly across those old wickets that are used for practice. The 16th for Nick Knight, and he's flayed anything outside off stump.
Bit of width, full toss in actual fact, going for that Yorker. There's the timing here, really is timed very, very well, and it just races away. Third man didn't have much ground to make, but he can have any chance of getting there.
Well, that's in the air and safe. Just one bounce out of the long leg. Akram switching to around the wicket. That cramped Knight for room.
Very practical way of transport.
I was playing at Taunton once when he landed one on the ground. Oh, well fielded. Bad luck for Cork. When you're having a bad run of form, that often happens.
Yes, Somerset weren't too keen on paying the expensive miles per gallon.
Good strike by Cork. Stayed in the stroke well. Watched the ball closely, which you have to do. Alex Stewart was making that point about batting against Mushtaq last night. That's in the air and is also going to be safe. That's the second time in consecutive balls faced by Nick Knight that he's chipped the ball into the square leg outfield and got away with it. Just wants to hang on in there. He's got a chance of a really big score for England here if any of the tail can stay with him.
He's going for the lap, and it's the first one that he's probably tried to lap it a bit too hard. He's been placing that shot up to now, but it falls safely.
The ball didn't carry the slip on that occasion.
Mushtaq just dropping short of him there from Dominic Cork. The oval Mushtaq might be a bit more of a proposition. It's got a bit of bounce in it.
There's a premeditated sweep shot from Cork, and he's hit it so well. The ball was exactly where he wanted it to be when he decided to play the stroke, and thumped it very fine for 4.
Plenty of room over there through mid-wicket. And 2 more to Nick Knight, gets him off 111, moves him up to 113. The offending item that Wasim Akram has just been talking to David Shepherd about. I agree with Alan Lamb to a great degree. He's chosen the balls. He saw how bad they were at Lords. 6 times the ball was changed there. Wasn't happy with them. Shouldn't have chosen them again for this game. And that's out. Slower ball. Waqar has trapped another English batsman with his slower ball, and Nick Knight has just helped that into the hands of Mushtaq at mid-off, and sad end to what has been a really top-notch innings.
Yeah, this wasn't as slow as the one that got Nasser out, but a little bit slow, and he's played too early on the ball and given Mushtaq a comfortable catch at mid-off. Nick Knight, 113, England 465 for 8.
Only 170 runs in his 9 matches. Catch up to mid-off. Mushtaq Ahmed, the man taking the catch, and Waqar Younis, the successful bowler. Slower ball. Knight just checking his stroke. If he'd followed through, he may have got it 3 for 4 or 6, but as it was, that was the end of his innings. Very, very competent first Test match century. Caddick faces his first win. It may have been slightly predictable. So what price the Yorker this ball then? Softening up process is complete. And there we go, but it was a full toss and well played by Caddick. He's off the mark with a very confident stroke through extra cover for 4. At 469 for 8. Waqar Younis, a bit of rough treatment there from England's number 10. Good shot from Andrew Caddick off the last ball of that over. 469 for 8 England. Nick Knight, the last man out for a very creditable 113. Mushtaq Ahmed beginning his 50th over of the innings. That equals the most number of overs that he's ever bowled in a test innings. Bowled 50 overs in an innings against England at Edgbaston in 1992. Put 2 for 156 on that occasion. So his figures are comfortably better in this test match. 3 for 127 so far. 17 maidens.
And the weather doesn't look too good over there. There's some very dark clouds, and if they're coming our way, I think we're going to be in a bit of trouble.
Oh, Dominic Cork in trouble there. Mushtaq with an exaggerated appeal. It's turned down flat. 2 off the over. 4-7-1 for 8.
They're googly by Mushtaq, and Dominic Cork hasn't got a clue there, but Mushtaq wanted that decision and didn't get it.
And that is out. There is no question about that. That has swung. It was full. And Andy Caddick has lost his leg stump. Emphatic stuff from Waqar.
Yes, this is another great delivery. Too good for a tail ender. And Caddick driving at that one, a very big drive, but ball swinging late, just clipping his pads and taking out leg stump. Caddick leaves for 4 and scores now 471 for 9.
Alan Mullally, England's number 11, strides purposefully to the crease. Average of 7. He's there because Andy Caddick had his leg stump uprooted by the now all too familiar Waqar Younis in-swinger. Not a Yorker, but too fast and moving too late for England's number 10, Andy Caddick. And that is quick and short and very, very well directed from Waqar. It is a top bouncer.
Yes, Waqar's got no mercy on these tail enders. He let Caddick have a few, and this one has nearly cleaned Mullally up, and I don't think there's any love lost here. Mullally has a little bit of a smile, and
I think he knows what's coming next, Alan.
I think he knows a very good chance what's going to happen next, but he's going to try to block it out, I think.
A happy scenario for a number 11. Is it going to be up my head or up my toes? Oh, it's down the leg side. Graham, the fielder, and leg bye signalled by David Shepherd. And the rain has got too heavy. The umpires have decided to take the players off, with England on 473 for 9. It's just 8 minutes before the scheduled tea interval, so the players will take tea now.
Cork's gone after that. Once again, Anwar unable to pick it up. It rolls gently over the boundary for 4. 4 more to Dominic Cork. England 481 for 9.
Good shot here from Dominic Cork. 3 emptied, but nonetheless still executed very well. 1 bounce, maybe 2.
It's a lovely stroke.
Well, Dominic Cork's shot selection is very good. He gets pitched up and he smashes that back. And he really has timed that well. It's probably the best and cleanest strike he's had today. There was some calls for catch it, but I think Wishtad was quite pleased. He was hand nowhere near it.
485 for 9 England, 37 runs in front. It's getting very dark behind that stand with lightning about. I think if this was a golf tournament, Ian, the organisers would be thinking about getting the players off.
Certainly in golf and in fishing competitions now, with all the graphite around, you wouldn't be wanting to hold one of those rods in your hand.
Is there anything particularly metallic or slightly to attract lightning about a batsman?
Well, there's the helmet for a start, the grill.
It's hooked away, and it's gone all the way for 6. Sensational stroke by Alan Mullally. He can hardly believe it. Dominic Cork goes up to congratulate him. 497 for 9 England.
It was banged in, and Alan Mullally thinks, well, he's not looking too effective with the backward defensive, so he has a bit of a swat. Gets a pretty good, or a pretty thick, towards the middle of that edge, and it just flies. And it's 6 runs.
Block and attack. Hit that well. And he's coming back for 2. There's nobody backing up. 3-1-3. There's an element of circus atmosphere out there. Catch that from way outside off stump, and England's 500 comes up. 500 for 9 from 156 overs. A really fine effort to get up to and pass Pakistan's 448. No ball. Wasim doing his own fielding. Akram's first no ball in 39.5 overs. And it's out. Shadab takes the catch to end England's innings. Wasim Akram gets Dominic Cork with a top edge pull, and England are all out for 501.
Yes, this is a quicker bouncer. Too much on Cork. It's hit high on the splice of the bat, and Shadab takes a very good catch there.
Shadab saw that early, made good ground, and took it really well. Not an easy catch, that. Dominic Cork has gone for 26, and England are all out for 501.
Well, Chris Lewis, as you said already, bowling with more aggression this morning. It's only just short of the length. It's not a ball to pull. Shadab Kabir has got that all wrong, spooned up, and Chris Lewis decided that he'll take the catch himself. Kabir goes to
Gaz Ahmed, Pakistan's number 3, made 141 in the first innings, his best effort in tests. Shot out of character from Shadab, trying to pull the ball, almost getting it vertical above himself. Chris Lewis calls early to take the catch and makes it look simple.
never there to pull this. It was just slightly shorter length delivery, quick bowler's normal length. And Shadab Kabir playing a very out-of-character shot, trying to pull a shorter length ball, got nowhere near it, spooned it up in the air rather. Chris Lewis taking the catch. And that's why Ijaz Ahmed is at the wicket.
That's a magnificent shot from Saeed Anwar, half volley, got exactly what it deserved.
A lovely stroke. Full face of the bat and just punched down the ground with the minimum of effort. Chased by Crawley too, and we already have a mix-up here. That Anwar ends safe. He's ended up back at the striking end. He managed to pick up 2, Alan, for a strike that went all the way to within a yard of the long-off boundary.
It was a very good stop by Crawley, but Ijaz, where he wasn't moving, it looked like he had the lead boots on, and it was a comfortable 3, but Ijaz didn't want anything to do with that.
That's out. Very well done indeed. That's a big breakthrough. Saeed Anwar has proved a thorn in England's side at Lord's, but they've got rid of him here. And Dominic Cork's done it by bowling the perfect line.
Yes, he's got stuck there, no feet, and that one's just left him a little bit, and Cork goes up, he knows that's out, and Anwar waited for the umpire to give him out, and he wasn't going till he saw that finger up. And Anwar leaves for 22, the score 34 for 2.
Inzamam ul Haq is the new batsman, maker of that wonderful 100 in the first innings at Lord's and a thoroughly good performance in the second innings too. He made 76 to back up the 148. Excellent test record. Here's the end of Saeed Anwar. Very good line from Cork. That's what's done the damage there. Pitching on and around off stump and then seaming away. The ball before it swung back into Anwar, which convinced him to play at that one. This is a big wicket for England now, Inzamam.
It's a big shout. Got to be really close, that.
Well, let's have another look at this. My instinct was that it was very, very close. And I have no reason to change that. That is dead. Now, how that is not given out, I'm not sure. And that really does make it hard. But that, for my money, was pretty adjacent.
I have to agree with you, Ian. That really was close. There may have been a suspicion that he got an inside edge on it, but other than that, it looked as though that ball was homing in on middle and leg stump. Here it is again.
Well, this bat's nowhere near it. It's got to be absolutely dead, that.
ESPN's
44 for 2. Lewis in a lot closer now at short extra. Short from Cork, and well pulled away by Inzamam. It's a long chase. Alex Stewart. It up just inside the ropes, and Inzamam picks up 3 runs. And I don't think it's got through. The leg stump half volley, clipped away for 4 to bring up Pakistan's 50. 53 for 2 brings them level with England. It's only 19 overs and 2 balls old, this particular ball, and in my opinion it's quite disgraceful that cricket balls of supposedly top quality are changed so regularly and after such short a time. David Shepherd keeping the interested parties, the bowlers, well out of the scene. It's the umpire's prerogative to choose a replacement. They then have to show it to the bowlers. But at the end of the day, Steve Buckner is looking at the ball. David Shepherd has given the red card to Chris Lewis. Won't of course be sent off. He's just been told to go away to square leg and not bother about it. Good delivery. Yes, he likes the new ball, does Dominic Cork. Look at that. Bouncing up and down, little jig of delight. Get the slips in, Captain. Come on. It's swinging. Christmas has come early for Dominic Cork. First bit of swing we've seen, and here we go. 3 slips already.
I'm pretty unhappy with that, though. No good if he bowls poorly. That's just short and wide.
Hussain and Knight chasing. Nick Knight gives up, leaves it to Nasser Hussain. Well, this is unbelievable. I don't know what Jack Russell was up to there. Lesson 1, make sure you've got a second line of defence. Farcical wicket keeping and then farcical running between the wickets.
ESPN.
I think in the main, England are a much better side when Jack Russell's in it. He's an excellent competitor. Well, he's an excellent wicketkeeper for that matter. I just wonder if he's watching the ball all the way into the gloves. Have a look at the second one, which was much easier to take than the one that scuttled along the ground. See, I reckon that head and eyes should be down at the line of the ball there. It's just a tendency, rather as sometimes when you bat, to be playing or taking the ball within the line that you expect it to be. Here again, as the ball scuffles through low, you'll see him lift his head there. Now, if you're not watching the ball, it makes it pretty difficult. And Jack will have reasons for that, a man of great theories and an excellent performer, but it just might be worth him having a look. See if he thinks he should be keeping a closer eye on the ball.
"33 buys have got through Jack Russell this summer, which is quite a few. That's a lovely stroke. Brings up the 50 partnership between Inzamam and Ijaz. There's no margin for error on this pitch.
Yeah, that's just raw strength. It's neither a cut nor a back foot drive, it's a bit of both. See how he pulls away from the line of the ball to get all that power into it. One of the strengths of Inzamam is that he has that strength to get that in good timing by any measure. Probably hit it high up on the splice, I think, but still powered it for 4.
Wide of Stewart, chasing from mid-on. Cork now asking for a little bit more cover. England between the devil and the deep blue sea now. They need to attack to take wickets, but really every run Pakistan score from now on is worth 2. They lead by 33. $86 for 2.
Cork's reaction there is telling you that he's about 2 inches off where he wanted that ball to pitch. Very, very close to getting it right. He's looking for the LBW or the court at bat pad here. It didn't quite swing. So therefore, if it's not going to swing, it needs to pitch fractionally straighter, trying to make Inzamam play across his front pad, bring into play the short leg fielder with an inside edge onto the pad.
Shout from Cork. Not out, says Steve Buckner. And the players go to lunch on the 5th day of this second Cornhill Test match, with Pakistan on 87 for 2. They're leading England now by 34 runs. Their second innings didn't get underway until 87 runs scored in the morning session. England bowling 28 overs. Inzamam will resume after lunch, not out 30. Ijaz has 21.
It's flown over the slips. That's a wonderful bit of bowling. Caddick again off his short run where he feels comfortable with rhythm. And the ball's flown away over second slip off a bouncing delivery that's caught the glove.
Well, there are 1 or 2 cracks in this pitch now. Generally, the ball has kept low and not gone through like that. That has probably just hit one of them. And Inzamam very fortunate there to get the shoulder of the bat on it, which has taken the ball over slip. Any other part of the glove or the bat, and that would have gone through to one of those slip fielders.
No ball from Caddick. Going to end up going for 4. Caddick's all over the place here, miles short and wide outside off stump, and it does just dribble into the rope, and then leg stump half volley. Cork's bowling for, no doubt about it. It's raced away over those old wickets, which the players are using for practice, and is 4. I mean, Cork's gone for 6 in 2 balls and might have had a wicket with either of them.
Dominic Cork can't believe this. He thinks he's beaten Inzamam's forward stroke. And sign of the class player is the one who plays it so late. Inzamam planting the front foot and whipping the bat and bottom hand through the line of the ball and shoveling the ball away square.
.50 for Inzamam. And, well, an unorthodox one, but an interesting one all the same. He's an impressive player, and that's his 21st score of 50 or more in Test match cricket. Inzamam has moved to 50 from 75 balls. Ijaz beaten with 28. He's had equal amount of the strike, but hasn't played as many strokes off the front foot as Inzamam has done. Ijaz is more exclusively a scorer of runs off the back foot. Time for a change of bowling down at the football stand end. Chris Lewis has replaced Dominic Cork. Lewis bowled quite well, I thought, with a new ball pull. Seemed to come in with a great deal more strength and intent than he did in the first innings.
Well, yeah, he wasn't given the new ball in the first innings, and maybe that psychology isn't right when you're handling Chris Lewis. Well, nearly a very good piece of fielding from Caddick. He's just pushed it onto the rope, though. That's 4 more for Inzamam.
Excellent effort from Andrew Caddick in the middle of a spell of bowling. And all of the England fast bowlers have been most impressive in the way they've thrown themselves around the outfield. There's plenty would argue that it's probably not what they should be up to, frankly. Only 4 fast bowlers picked. They don't even breaking down. It's a wonderful stroke by Ijaz. He's so strong with anything that's over-pitched, and he just whips the bottom hand into it and gave John Crawley no chance. And pulls that away with all the time in the world. No pace in that at all. Anything short of the length has set up to be hit all the game. And that's just what Inzamam has done.
He's played this really well indeed. It's the first movement is back and across. He ends up just rocking back across all 3 stumps and smashing this away over square leg for 4.
Inzamam's gone like a train since lunch. 35 from 28 balls. What they gave him to eat. And he's out this time, caught down at 3rd man. Nicely judged by Alex Stewart. Caddick can count himself fortunate, but he needs some luck because he bowled beautifully in the first innings without any of it at all.
Not easy catches these down at 3rd man. They come pretty quickly and are difficult to pick up. Alex Stewart down there, a couple of paces in. To be fair, it's gone straight to him. And Inzamam has gone for a very entertaining 65. Caught Stewart bowled Caddick, and Pakistan are 1-3-2 for 3.
That's dragged away by Salim Malik. And that's going to run away for 4 runs. And that's Salim Malik's 5,000 runs in Test match cricket. Now that really is a landmark for any player. 5,000 Test match runs.
Yes, this one he gets right on top of it and rolls his wrists down and hits that perfectly well through mid-wicket.
Well fielded. Made a lot of effort to get fit, John Crawley. Was a former fat boy.
That's out. Nice simple catch. So Andrew Caddick picks up the second wicket. Salim Malik with a poor shot. Looks as though that ball might just have stopped on the pitch a bit. And he was through into the shot, out of control, and it was just a nice simple catch to mid-on.
He's trying to play forward here. The foot gets stuck in the batting crease, and then he falls into the shot, losing control of the bat. And that's as poor a footwork as you could ever see. David Gower summed it up, it was poor.
Well, that was very close to Nasser Hussain.
Well, I think it carried, David. I'll be very surprised if it didn't. It looked as if it carried all the way. Hard hit. Yep, there it was. Very definitely a chance. I wouldn't say an easy one, but if England are going to win, those are the sort of chances you've got to take.
Four runs. Rather easily taken, just a little bit too wide again. And the 150 comes up.
And this is where a captain really needs in the field. Good spinner, so you can crowd the batsman or look for the missed drives, look for anything. Not much to look for here. An all-seam attack and two batsmen well set. 3 for Asif Mushtaba. Very nicely played, sweet shots through the covers.
Another leg side half volley. They make them hit through the offside.
No business, more like it. Nice stroke. Stewart the fielder, downhill in that area. And it does race away from the fielder. The fielder is half bending down while replacing divots.
Well, the bowlers shouldn't be too harsh here on Alex Stewart. He did make a good effort there. And Richie's right, I can tell you from experience, it runs away very quickly down there.
Again, just down right about the pads. That's good running. He's come back very, very quickly there. The subtle change of pace. Oh, now there's trouble. Gone and forgotten. Well, not totally forgotten, because they'll have a word or two in the dressing room when they get back there.
Well, it was a funny one there. I think there was a single if they'd have both gone. He just set off, but stopped, and it wasn't his call, really. Really was Asif Mushtaba's call, and I think he was probably right. Disappointment, because he's played very well, he's been in control. None of the bowling's really troubled him.
189 for 5. Wasim Akram, the new batsman coming out, the Pakistan captain, at the fall of the wicket of Asif Mushtaba. Good performance in this match, a century for him in the first innings. He has now made 5 centuries and 8 half-centuries in Test cricket. It's a good performance. He is a good player.
This is definitely the situation where Michael Atherton, who doesn't normally bowl, but used to bowl leg spinners, and he's practiced 1 or 2 mornings here at Headingley. If he's fancying bowling, ought to give himself a little role in this situation.
Yes, I think so. I think he's given the batsman the chance to get up and walk off himself. That's quite a useful delivery. Caddick has been spearing it in short, and he's got a good one there. That looked to me as though it just flicked the bat on the way through as the batsman was taking evasive action.
I don't think the umpire is going to miss that sort of clear view. You can see it hit the gloves. He knew immediately, did David Shepherd, the umpire.
Yeah, it was a pretty good decision because his shoulder, his right shoulder, was also in the line of the ball there. And in all the flurry and fluster and arms going everywhere, it's quite possible to make an error or not be 100% certain there, but Shepherd was right on the ball.
I'll go for 4. Yes, just for a moment at the end of the over there was a hint, a little bit of playing, I think, a bit of play acting that Alex Stewart might be bowling a couple of overs. Surrey captain, sensibly ceding to his new colleague there this season, Chris Lewis.
I get the England captain on David. Well, it's just frustration now for England bowlers. Lewis looks as if he's trying a Yorker, just going wide of the crease, finishes up a leg side full toss. If that seems any sense, he'll get to the other end and not face Michael, because if he gets out, Michael is not going to let him forget. Well, that was an amazing delivery, wasn't it? Yeah, it even caught the umpire out. It must have hit footholes or something. He's saying, here's a bouncer, 1 for the over, above the shoulder height. Look at that.
Steve Buttner looking very, very closely, and he's given it. Well, if anyone thought that he was joking, then the joke's gone rather sour on Wasim Akram. And I'm sure the one thing the Pakistan captain wanted to avoid, well, it's happened. He's out to his Lancashire teammate, Michael Atherton, his opposite number as the England captain. Let's have a look at it. Well, has it done enough to come back? And I think that Wasim Akram might just be a touch unlucky there. Needed to turn a lot, turned just a little bit. And that's the sort of scorecard that England actually would be quite happy to see at the Oval in this next Test match. And one wonders if Mushtaq Ahmed, who really can bowl leg breaks, is any good at picking them. One bounce, and down to Alex Stewart.
Geoffrey Boycott used to bowl with the reverse cap. Thorpe obviously knows about that. And Wazim Akram is calling them in. 5:20 on the final day of the Test match, and away they go. Michael Atherton, his opposite number, has given a wave, handshaking from the two batsmen, Moin Khan and Mushtaq Ahmed, and the match here at Headingley, the second of the Cornhill Tests, has finished in a draw. Pakistan still lead the series 1-0. Well, this is the way it went. Pakistan 448 after being put into bat by England, then 242 for 7, and England 501 all out.